Next, in the bidders tab, we're going to take a look at email and text bidders. These two operate essentially the same way. So let's take a look at email bidders. Here we go. We have pre-composed emails and compose an email. So the first thing I want to do is I want to actually compose an email to my bidders. So as for an email, I would type a subject. This is my subject. And when do I want to send it? So maybe my event's tonight. I want to send it at 7 p.m. Well, let's do 7:30. So that's kind of when I'm thinking I might want to send it. And I want to send it to all bidders. Now you'll notice we have a decent amount of filters here. You can choose checked-in bidders, non-winning bidders, and so on. But since the auction doesn't close till 9, I just want it to go to everybody. And then I'm going to type my message. This is my message. I hope that you have a great time tonight, Matt. Okay. Now, if I want to add some customized elements to it, maybe I want to add their first name or something, or a link so that they can log in to bid. So what I would do is I'm going to start with the short code called bracket F bracket. And that is going to be my short code for replacing this with the person's name when it sends it out. So if I have 300 people, every time it loops through and sends to the next person, it takes out this bracket F bracket and puts in the person's first name. You can see all the bracket short codes here in below the message. So we put it down here in the help section. You got bidder number, last name, guest to bidder link, first name, bidding URL, and table assignment. There's a couple of special notes. You'll make sure you want to read those if you're new to this. But once you've read that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. And bid high and bid often. And then I'm going to type bracket U bracket, and that's going to replace that with the custom link to log in for me. So it's going to be my custom link. And then the next person is going to be their custom link. So you have a couple options at this point. You can send that right now, or you can save it to my pre-composed emails. So let's say I'm having a board meeting 2 days before the event, and we're going to pre-compose all these messages and then get them ready to send, but we won't actually send them until we're ready. So I'm going to just save this to pre-compose. But before I do that, I do want to show you this send a single email. Let's say I wanted to send this to somebody specifically in my auction. I noticed something, maybe they left their purse at the front desk. And then I'm going to type in a person's bidder number. And let's see, okay, so Matthew Burnell, I want him to get this message. So I would just send this, and it would automatically format this and send it out to him. It would replace this first with his first name and this U with the bidding site link. And it would send it to Matt Burnell. Now we're going to only show you people that actually have an email or a phone number on file. So let's go back to this. I actually want to save this to the pre-composed emails. So I'm going to click that. And when I do that, it automatically saves it to my pre-composed email list. So if I scroll down, you can see my message here. This is my test email. It's going to go to all bidders. It hasn't been sent yet. And now I can go ahead and send it whenever I want. If I press send, I'm going to send it to everybody in my list because I have that filter, and then continue. Now you'll notice here that we cross it out. We don't get rid of it because if you do want to resend it, you can by pressing this, but we certainly don't advise it. You don't want this message to go out more than once. This would be in case you actually chose the wrong filter. But notice here we have a little pencil icon. If I hadn't sent it yet and I wanted to edit it, I could go ahead and tap that pencil. It reloads it into the form, and then I can change it and save it to pre-composed messages. And now it's been saved to pre-composed messages, and it changed it, and now it's ready to be sent. Now this is the same way that text bidders works, except in text bidders you don't get a subject line. You just choose a filter, desired send time, and a message body. You can still send to a single bidder, and you can also use our short code tools.